Fake the handoff. Rodgers under a rush. Wide open. Touchdown. Calvin Austin. Aaron Rodgers comes back to Jersey.
Welcome back to Season 7 of 5-Star Matchup. Are you f***ing kidding me? And let me see, what have I missed during my 1,000-year slumber in the sensory deprivation chamber? Oh, it's another stopgap quarterback, this time the cantankerous 41-year-old former MVP Aaron freaking Rodgers at the helm for Mike Tomlin's Pittsburgh fightin' Steelers. Oh boy, this certainly doesn't have 10-7 written all over it. The man at the sticks for the Jets, of course, is one Strawberry Fields, who piloted our Steelers to an exciting 4-2 last year, accounting for 10 touchdowns and 1 interception before being benched for Russell Wilson, who started hot and then fell off a cliff as the boys from the Berg dropped a resounding 5 games in a row. And he's got his team on the move with a run-heavy approach that the Steelers haven't shown the slightest ability to stop in the last, 2 to 12 years, depending on who you ask. But of course, there's always Trentavious Jordanian Watt, the eater of worlds, waiting to blow up your running back. And is there anything better to welcome you back to football season? Jets wimpily handed up the gut on 3rd and long, and I think Aaron Glenn was guilty, justifiably so, I guess, of looking like a rookie head coach today. This to me was one of those instances where you gotta let your quarterback be aggressive on 3rd down. They don't, but Folk converts and the Jets, score, first to open the season. Over now to the aforementioned Aaron Charles Rodgers, who after an offseason of great ponderance has decided to grace the halls of Heinz Field with his presence, marking the 4th straight year that the Steelers will enter with a new Week 1 starting quarterback. Oh good. Rodgers gets creamed to start this one, but as the Macho Man says, the cream rises to the top, and here he froths one right to the Muth Man, who converts for the Steelers' first of the season. Obligatory moo. A couple plays later, Rodgers is looking for his newest toy, and oink. DK flashes a pair of Moncriefs on this one, and I, for one, hate to see it. He'll get it back together, I'm sure. Rodgers never shy to go right back to a guy, flips this one out to the very same Metcalf, and I don't mean Laurie, no, I mean the fastest man in the world, former Seahawk and impressively large human DK Metcalf, who flies for another 1st down. Don't look now, but Arthur Smith's boys are shipping their way right down the field. Aaron flips one out to the acclaimed new tight end and great name haver Jonnu Smith. Why aren't more people named Jonnu? And the Steelers are officially in business. 2nd and 7, and it's a double A. R-O-N. Aaron Rodgers pulling and passing deep down the middle to special teams legend Ben Scrow, who scores the Steelers' very first points of the season. Awesome design by Art, don't call me Artie Smith, and even better execution by the 51-year-old Rodgers. Steelers on top, 7-3. It's back to the Jets, and can I just be an old man yelling at clouds for a second? What the hell is going on with this kickoff? I hate whatever this crap is. Would anyone care at all if they just started at the 25? No, they wouldn't. Hate it. Fields gets them going with an easy one to seemingly the only Jets receiver, Garrett Wilson, followed by another one, this time to the Breesy one. And just like that, the Jets are already approaching scoring range. Is this defense gonna, resist? Nah. Time ticking in the 1st now, the Steelers give their former quarterback enough time in the pocket to make, cool, and frost his famous strawberry shortcake, and frost it he does as he hits his man Garrett Wilson in stride for a picture-perfect touchdown, and the Jets recapture the lead. A little tomfoolery here for the Jets, who get bailed out on a missed extra point with an illegal formation penalty, and they can't resist the urge to go for 2. But as chasing points so often does early in a game, this goes awry and costs them a point. Back to Aaron and the boys, and well, yeah, George Pickens might have been banished to Jerry's Island, but that ain't no reason to forget about the newly acquired and expensively locked up DK Metcalf, who never met a sprint he didn't like, and goddamn would you look at him go. Easily the best straight line 0 to 60 acceleration I've seen on this team since the alien himself. If you know me, you know that's some pretty high praise. Into the 2nd quarter, in case you were wondering, no, the Steelers still have no idea how to run the ball. How long does it take to learn that usually? 7 or 8 years? Steelers go silently into the night on 3rd, but who needs first when you got the ice-blooded, brass-balled kicker with the heart of gold who couldn't miss from 56 if his life depended on it? And f*** it, roll the trap. Steelers back on top 10-9. CBS blesses us with whatever this is, and I wonder if sports broadcasts have ever stopped to think about the fact that just because they can doesn't mean they should, you know? Just wanted to highlight Isaiah Loudermilk, aka Dan McCullers Jr., who is somehow still on this team. Look at him back there, not doing anything. Get that out of here. Just TJ Watt thanks for the GOAT with the swat on second, but on third it's Strawberry Fields again finding some time and just hitting his tight end over PQ, and the Jets keep the chains moving. 1st and 10, and the Jets smartly counter an aggressive DB blitz with a perfectly executed screen to Breece Hall for a field-flipping gainer. Is the highly paid defense in the room with us right now? 2nd and 8 now, and Justin dips it and rips it, darting to the corner to set the boys in green up with a goal to go. I repeat again, is the highest paid defense in the league in the room with us right now? Braylon Allen plows into the green zone, and this game is off to a wild start. Jets in front now 16-10. Steelers quickly find themselves in a third and gotta have it, and woof. To be fair to the O-line, this is more of a coverage sack, there's literally no one open. But as someone who watched Big Ben play in 2021, trust me, you're not gonna want this guy taking that many hits every week. More time and more dime for the Strawberry one as he delivers in stride again to Garrett Wilson, and don't look now, but the Jets might have their best offense since Ryan Fitzpatrick? I don't know. 2nd and 7, Trent says enough of this shit and kills Fields dead. Seriously, they had to get out that big spatula that they keep on the sidelines. But it's all for naught as the very same panini of a quarterback slides up in the pocket and hits another lucky strike just in front of the DB for a back-breaking conversion across midfield. Gotta give it to Justin, he showed out bell to bell today, I thought. A little more running and a little more not stopping it for the Steelers defense, who maybe since the last game they played was 8 months ago and they gave up 528 yards approximately on the ground, have forgotten that there's any other way to play. But of course, just as I talk Fields falls down and Highsmith collects the tippity tap of a sack, and the Jets are forced again to trot out Nick Folk, who converts. Jets expand their lead. Don't worry, the Steelers got them exactly where they want them. 2nd and 10 here, and Aaron pulls out a little of what I like to call professional quarterback type shit. A phrase I've not oft uttered in the 7 years I've done this show. Can you believe that, by the way? If you've been watching this in the entire time and you're not helping us out by supporting on patreon.com/5SMU, what are you even doing? Where was I? Rodgers hits wide receiver 2 extraordinaire Calvin Austin III, who gallops for a bunch, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but the Steelers' offense is dueling? Noted Polynesian pinball bounces through the middle for a few as we tick now to 2. And on third, chuck it they do. This time not to John Me, but John U. Smith, who plows undeniably forward for the meager but needed first down. Couple plays later, and it's more of that professional quarterback type for the 7th all-time passer, who effortlessly lobs this one to the diminutive Calvin Austin III, who absolutely mosses this dude. In the business zone now, and again, it's soon to be Yinzer favorite Jonnu Smith donning his finest black and gold silks as he rumbles into the MetLife end zone. Steelers close the gap as we head into the half 19-17. Jalen Ramsey fights the whole team, and the Jets try a little of something but do a bunch of nothing. So we head in for orange slices and pretzel rods with the score the same. Hey, are you seriously not in our Discord server yet? You're really missing out if you aren't. Head over to patreon.com/5SMU and join for just $4 a month to support your favorite YouTube show. You even get the show with no ads over there. Do it now. And we're back, still determined to establish the run, an interesting and different dynamic now that we've fully entered the post-Najee society, and I for one am excited to see what the always dynamic Jaylen Warren will do with more touches. Rodgers drives the stake through his own heart with an unforgivable delay of game, and the Steelers start the second half with a hot wet fart of a drive. What else is new? Back to the younger version of the old I hate my old team, and it's Justin Strawberry Fields doing his very best to throw a back-breaking pick, but luckily it's the chonky Keanu Benton waiting under this one, and it falls harmlessly to the ground. Couple plays later in a 3rd and long, Fields stands and fires as he is wont to do, short of the sticks, and man do I love the physicality in the Steelers secondary now with guys like Ramsey and Thornhill back there. This drive dies on the vine, and it's right back over to Aaron and the boys. Finally, the run game starts to get slightly unstuck, this time with Gainwell, who gains well. And then it's the flying whatever from Rodgers, who cleverly catches a Jet offsides to steal a cheap first. Still though, there's just the matter of the old bro Derek, who's drifting dangerously close to bust territory now in his 3rd season without much of any idea whether or not he's going to be good. Usually if that's the case, the answer is, not good, chief. Aaron takes a couple of these and a few of those, but the fate of this drive has long since been cast. Time ticking now under 10 in the third, and it's getting to be time for a highly paid defense to show a backbone, don't you think? Arm strength? Well, that's never been the question, has it? Fields fires again into a tight window, and it's yet another death by paper cuts conversion for the Jets' ragtag and surprisingly promising offense. I don't know, man, I ain't no X's and O's genius, but I can't really say the run defense has been great since Patrick Queen got here, has it? Jets continue to gash the Steelers' vaunted D at will. What was I saying about gashing? Guys, this is simple stuff, and it's making the Steelers defense look absolutely terrible. Chalk it up to week 1 if you want, but most of the time week 1 favors the defense over the offense, doesn't it? Not a great look either way. 2nd and 10 here, and Fields looks every bit of the 5-year vet he is now. He waits, evades the rush, steps up, and fires complete to his number 1 man Garrett Wilson, who just barely comes up short of the score. It's all academic, however, as Fields falls forward on the very next play for an easy as pie score. And suddenly, things have gone from okay to pretty bad. Fear not though, because we've got a 4-time former MVP at quarterback, so let's flip it for a loss of 5 to the rookie running back. Cool. Luckily, an hour's late hit snags a cheap first, but on second it's again the slippery-handed DK missing another. Did he get into the pregame popcorn? But on second it's the solar-powered all-electric meatball himself, Jaylen Warren, who sticks his foot in the ground and darts past this bumbling DB for a huge gainer. A couple plays later, DK makes good by snagging this one, scampering for a first of his own, and yet again the Steelers are in the freaking business zone. Steelers go run for a total of 12 yards as Tomlin passes out with glee, and we take this rock fight into the 4th and final stanza. As a veteran of the Clone Wars and with over 30 years of experience in the NFL, Aaron knows first down is as good of time as any to punch it in, so punch it in he does, hitting his third, count 'em, 1, 2, 3, third touchdown pass of the day. Steelers cut the lead down to a measly 2. Well, it's a kickoff in the highlight show, so might want to close your eyes, Jets fans. Whoops. Kenneth Gainwell gets his paw on the rock and strips it. Recovered by famed touchdown scorer Ben Skoranek, and you just know Rodgers is punching this one in. Remember what it felt like to have a killer quarterback, guys? In the words of Celine Dion, it's all coming back to me now. Steelers got the clock moving with a run for whatever, but spoiler alert, I was right, as I always am. I mean, I literally know the future when I'm writing this. And somewhere out there, Bill Cowher is smiling, chin in tow, at this BEA beautiful play-action touchdown pass by the 21st year man, this time to wide the open Calvin Austin III for Rodgers' 4th touchdown pass of the day. In case you're wondering, I know you are, it took Kenny Pickett 9 games as a Steelers quarterback to throw 4 touchdown passes. Now with the pressure flipped onto them, how do the young Jets respond? With more running, of course. Why on earth would they stop it if the Steelers have no idea how? 2nd and forever, and Strawberry Fields is a thorn in my side. Will you just knock it off? 1st and 10 near midfield here, and it's another tepid pass rush, giving Fields enough time to make a sandwich and eat it. This time dotting the I for another first down, and if I were the Steelers, I think I'd try to get some pressure on him. Just an idea. So you're telling me Justin Fields can run? It's too bad this defense never had a chance to practice against him or anything. A couple plays later though, Fields fails to feel the rush, and he goes down hard at the hands of Alexander the Great, and this once promising drive is on life support. If we learned anything about the Strawberry Man last year, it's that when the going gets tough, it's his legs he'll fall back on. Faced with another gigantic decision in his debut game, Aaron Glenn decides to go, and it's the most obvious play of all time, and it somehow fools the entire defense. Very same team that practiced against this guy and watched him play offense just last year lets Fields trot in for an easy game-changing score. What a game this is. In another iffy decision moment though, Glenn goes for 2 again, this time bafflingly with a very low percentage play, and they of course don't get it, leaving the Steelers within Boswell's striking range. Jump scare. Why is he so much bigger than him, and is Ian Eagle in danger? Out trots the dramatic, cantankerous, but once great Aaron freaking Rodgers with the chance to stick it to the very same team that made him fly across the country to get fired. You just know he's... Oh. It just didn't... Oh. Alright, well, 3rd and forever, let's just try and get rid of it quickly. Oh. Well, that sucked. Steelers meekly punt it back and bet their so far absolutely terrible defense can hold them. Color me skeptical. Fields flicks it for a few tick tick tick, Hall runs for a couple tick tick tick, and you're going nowhere. It finally fails and Highsmith combines with newly minted Steeler Chuck Clark for a MetLife shattering TFL, and just like that you can hear the sound of 65,000 Jets fans' butts clenching on national TV. First and 10, Rodgers remembers there's always money in the Muth man, connecting with big number 88 for the all-important first. Time ticking under 250 now, and it's more of that professional quarterback type shit. As Aaron lobs this one deep to CA3, who can't corral it, but draws an obvious PI, racking up another first and drawing even closer to the limitless range of one Christopher Lynn Boswell. Excuse the language, but it's week 1 and we got something going here. Are you fucking kidding me? DK and Jonnu combined for what is one of, if not the most ridiculous bobbling catches I've ever seen in my life. Bouncing first off DK into Jonnu and right back into DK's waiting hands. And it was about at this point I knew the Jets, as ever, are simply cursed. It didn't matter if the Steelers get even one more yard. The great Boswell lurks menacingly. Time ticking now to the 2, and Art Smith gets a little too cute for my taste with a throw for nothing to Jonnu, tick tick tick, followed by an attempt at a true dagger to Calvin, which falls with a resounding thud to the MetLife carpet. And with that, the stage is set for the first moment for your 2025 Pittsburgh Steelers. One man, 2 brass balls, 1 golden leg, 60 yards.
For the lead, sweeps the leg, 60-yarder! He's got it!
And it would have been good from 70. If there was ever any doubt in your soul, any inkling whatsoever that the great and powerful Boz would do anything but drill this 60-yard game-winning kick directly down the middle, then you and I are simply not alike. Steelers take the lead, but there's still time to spare. 34-32. We mustn't forget that Rodgers isn't the only quarterback with a score to settle on this field, and on this weird and wild week 1, Strawberry Fields has thoughts of stealing one dancing through his head. He dumps one off for a few, but on second it's the incredible Jalen Ramsey breaking this one up just in time. I think he made more big plays today than Minka did all of last year. And on 3rd and 3, the pocket collapses on Fields, who does everything in his power simply to get rid of it. And that sets up our
5-star
play of the game.
Fields on 4th down, steps up, Fields delivers, catch made, and the ball is jarred loose! Garrett Wilson!
all gas, no gloves. Jalen Ramsey summons the dog within himself on the final series, ultimately separating all-world receiver Garrett Wilson from what is literally a completion for a first down to save the game and lock it down for the Pittsburgh Steelers. On a day when the world's highest paid defense was anything but great, when it mattered most, it was one of the newest faces in town, Jalen Ramsey, who locked it down. Say it with me, your Pittsburgh Steelers are 1-0. Well, that was certainly different than past years, eh? Typically, the Steelers have been known to pull out a 16-15 rock fight in many a week one. And while this was certainly still an ugly clunker in many ways, the Steelers' offense for the first time in what feels like a millennia threw, I swear this is the truth, 4 touchdown passes, scoring a very legitimate 34 freaking points. While I won't say I'm leaving week one thinking Super Bowl or bust, I'm definitely leaving it differently than I entered it. I have no doubt that if the offense is able to keep their ancient quarterback standing and healthy, that they will possess for the first time in the post-Roethlisberger society a very adequate passing game. What concerns me, though, is the same thing that has concerned me at the end of the last several playoff burnouts. Can this defense actually play up to its pedigree? For now, I'll take the dub. Here we go. And if you're still here, you know the drill. Patreon.com/5SNU. Support the show. Do it. Do it. Do it. Come on. Do it. Do it. Just go do it. Do it. Do it. Come on. Do you know how much work this is? Come on. Do it.